Hello and welcome to V8 TechWorks. I'm so glad if you have come to this far because I think this video will be the last video in this project as we are going to finish our integration in our project. So in the last video, we looked at how we can be able to use Redux Toolkit to be able to store the user who has logged in, and we are going to continue from there, and I'm going to show you how you can be able to access that user because you need to use that information to maybe show the user the information that they have and anything like that. So what we are going to do, let's continue from where we have, and what we are doing in every video at the start of every video is that we are pushing our code to our GitHub. But in this video, I'm going to push my code after I have finished everything because this will be the last video. Another thing is that I saw other people also concerned about me integrating OTP in this application, but for the restriction of the project that I have and so many other things that are following me, I won't be able to integrate OTP in this project because also there are other people who are pressuring me to finish this project. So if you want me to just implement OTP for you, you can just email me. Of course, it will be have a small charge for that, but it won't be a much very big money, and I will just be able to integrate OTP in this project. So now what we are going to do is that now we are going to start from where we left yesterday or in the last video. And if you have not watched the last video, kindly go back and make sure that you have watched the other videos so that we be on the same page. So let's continue. In our last video here, you can see we had input where we collected the emails and the password. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click here, right click, and also go to inspect, where we are going to open our console so that I want to display the user when we already, or when we logged in, we are already logged in. So let's do that. So I'm going to get into this part here that we are having our logic for login, this login page here. And what we are going to do to be able to see the user who has been logged in, we are going to just use use selector. So use selector here from React Redux here. And also the other thing that I want to create here, I want to make sure that I have a loading state so that we can be able to show, or to just show the user that they are on login process. So here I'm going to say set loading, like that. And then this one we are going to use state hook here, like that. And then here we can just say false. So this is false here, like that. So now let's come here first of all and make sure that we have try in here where we are trying to log in. First thing, we need to set the loading to be true because we need to start loading, or we need to start logging. And when we have successfully logged in, we are going to make sure that we set loading here to be false, that is. And also when we have an error, we need also to make sure that we set the loading to be false. So set loading to be false here, like that. So another thing that I want to do here, is I'm going to check here in API calls and make sure that you have added a wait here in where we are doing the request. So make sure that you have a wait. In the last video, I noticed that I forgot to add a wait here, but I had a sync. So make sure that you have added a wait here. So now after this, now let us use selector to be able to show us the user. So I'm going to make sure that I come here and create a variable so called user, and we are going now to use selector here. So let's use selector. So from React Redux, so use selector here. And the first thing that you need to do to use selector is that you select the state, and then we can be able to select the slice of that state. So for example here, our slice here is state.user, or user, that is. So that's why we are going to do state.user. But right here you can be able to just select anything. If you have so many slices or you have several slices, if your slice, you call that your slice maybe something like a product. Let me show you. If you come here in your store, you will be able to see that actually it's not this one. This use redux here. You can be able to see that here the name of this slice is user. If we called it something like a parcel, we could have also, and we want to access the data that we have put in the parcel, or we have added on the parcel state, or the slice we are going to use dot parcel, that is. So the other thing that I want to get is the error. So to get the error here, so let me copy this, and also if we want to get error, so that means that here we have the error. We can be able to use this state, and then also going to add error here so that we can be able to access that. Because if you check here in user redux, you'll be able to see that here we have error. So that's how you can be able to access the error. So here I want to make sure that I can be able to show you like the user when the user has been logged in. So I'm going to use console.log, and here I can use user like that, and then here we are going to use this current user, because this is where we are setting our user. So if I come here, you'll be able to see when the login is accessed, you can be able to see we are actually making sure that we set the user in this current user here. So that's why we are going to select current user here, so that we can be able to see our user. So if I do that, I'm going to save this, and let's try and reload here, so that you'll be able to see that we don't have any user who has been logged in. So if I do that, you can see here, up here, this is null. So this is from login page here, login.jsx. So let's try and log in, and right here in our postman, I had already have my email, and I had also tried to log in. So if I copy this here like that, and then I'm going to paste it here like that, and then also I'm going to have my password. So this password here, so let me copy this, my password like that, and then try and paste it here like that. So I'm going, when you try and log in here, you'll be able to see that we have now the user. You can see the information of this user, including things like access token. So I'm going to close this, because now we can be able to see that we have successfully logged in, and we have put this information in our Redux toolkit or Redux. So I'm going to actually, if also you reload here, you'll be able to see that also you'll be able to see that user, because that user we are able to persist that user. Because if we have not persist the user, when you reload, that user would be also be gone, that is. So I'm going to close this, and now the other thing that I want to make sure is that when you log in, you need to be directed to my parcels page. So let's do that. So here I'm going to get navigate. So let me import here. I'm going to import navigate from React Router DOM. So React Router DOM here, and then here I want something that I call navigate. So this one here, and now inside here, so let me come down here in where we have the login. The first thing that I want to show here, if I, for example, let me just cut this, and here I don't want to show login when the user is in a login process. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say loading. If there is a loading, then I want to show loading here. So loading like that. So but if we don't have if login is false, then we can show login like that. So as simple as that. That is very simple. So the other thing that I want to show is that if we have user, so if we have user, so user dot current user like that, Then what we are going to show, or what we are going to do right here, is that we are going to navigate to let me just use now navigate simple as, let me just use navigate here. So navigate, and we are going to navigate, so we are going to navigate to my parcels. So navigate here to my name, my parcels, like that. So as simple as that. So let me see where the problem is here. You can see there's a problem here. So we need also, because this is a ternary operation, so we need also to make sure that we can add that, so that else then you don't have to do anything. Or else also you can use here, if you don't want to do that, you can just add this these two up signed, or and then remove this. So whenever what you want and what you think is okay, you can use that. Also, the other thing and the last thing that we need to do here is to make sure if we have error, so if we have error here, we can be able to show, we are going to be able to show that error, that is. So here we can add something like a span, and then here you can be able to show anything. So for example, here we can say please make sure that you you have you have used correct email and password, correct email and also password here. And also if you have registered, you can act, or actually you can write anything that you want there. And here you can just show something, or you can use text that is red. So here I can say text, and then red, here I can use something like 500. I think that's okay. So if I have that, so I can save that, and I can come here, and you can see now we are able to log in like that, because now we have been navigated. We cannot be able to go to login, because when we go to login, we'll be navigated back to my parcels, because we already have logged in. You can see that. So that is how you make sure that you are logged in. So the other thing that I want to have here, right here, is that now we are going to be able to show this my parcels here. So let me do that. So here we are going to show the parcels of that user who have logged in. And if you check here for postman, you can see get parcels for user, and you see that you need to send like an email, and then you are going to get all the parcel for that user. So that is very simple. So because the first thing that you need to do is to make sure that we can use selector. So let me open here my parcels, and I'm going to use selector here. So copy this line of code here to import use selector. So let me copy that, and I'm going to use it here in my parcels. So let me come up here. I'm going to add that React Redux there. And then the other thing, because here I don't, or we are going to use dispatch later on. So I'm going to copy here some things. So for example, for the user, I'm going to copy the user here. And also I can just copy all of them. These 3 lines of code. I'm going to copy them, and then I'm going to paste them inside here like that. And then also I'm going to remove this here like that, and then I can be able to format my code now like that. So let's see what we are going to do right here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to fetch the data. So let me come here and add another state. So here we are going to have a state of parcels, and then here set parcels here like that. And then here we are going to use state, and state we are going to have initially, it will be just an empty array just there. So this is parcels. So another thing that you are going to do here is you are going to use UseEffect. So UseEffect right here, and here we are going to have we are going to have just a function there, callback function. and inside here we don't have dependencies unless we use something like user dot current user, something of the sort, but we don't have dependencies for now, so I'm not going to use it right there. So here I'm going to just come and maybe create another function. So already you know how we able to just fetch the data. So this one will come here. We are going to have that function here. So this one is async, so because it will be a sync function. So another thing here is that we are going to call it get parcels here for the user, like that. And then inside here now we are going to have try catch. So let's have try catch here, like that. Now inside here we are going to have const response, and then here it will be await, like that. And then we are going to have a public request. So public request, you can be able to import that. And here we are going to, this one is a post request, and then here we are going to go to the route that is parcels, and then /me, like that. And then here we can be able now to use the email. So I'm going to have the email here to, and then the email that I'm going to use is from the logged in user. So now the logged in user is, you're going to access the email as user.current-user.email. So .email, like that. So as simple as that. And then after that, now I'll be able to use now the response that I'm going to get to set now the parcels here. So this one will be res.data, like that. Simple as that. So I can be able to do that here, and also I can be able to console log here for the error. So simple as that. And then here I can be able to save this. So format the data here, or the code. So here you can be able to see email, and then we can have current user.email. So here I can be able to show or try and console log the parcels. So parcels, like that. And then let's see if we can get those parcels. So if I come back here and open my console, so console here, you can be able to see if we are going to get that. You can see here already we are going to have two parcels. You can see the first parcel here, and then we are going to have the second parcel here. So it is working. So I'm going to come back here, and we are going to make sure that we display that now inside here. So let me just come back here in my code or in my application, and you can see we have these three. So now we don't need to have all of this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cut from here. So let me cut this one. So from here until I think here, this will be okay. So I'm going to cut it like that. And also I'm going to remove from this one. So let me just remove it from here up to here. So that we are going to have only one. So like that. So let me save that, and then if I come back here, you can see we have one. So we need to just have this structure of our parcel, and then we are going to loop through the array of our parcel and display those parcels here. So first thing first, before that I need to wrap this. So let me copy or cut this, all of this until I think here. I think that would be okay. Yeah. So here I need to display the information inside here, which is very simple. So here we are going to get the parcels, and then from the parcels here I'm going to use the loop or the map function, that is high order array method. So this is we are going to get parcel right there, and then also we can get index, like that. Also let's come here and now also now return this this parcel, like that. Or maybe let me go back and have this like that. I don't know why it is giving me this error. Yes, it's giving me this error because saying missing key prop for element in iterator. So that is very simple to correct that, because that means we need to add key prop here. So I'm going to add key, and then here I can be able to add this key to be to assign it to an index, so that it, when it erupts, it will be given a different key. So that is it. So if I also go back here, you'll be able to see that there are two. And now, and that's because it is looping twice, because we only have two parcels. So here I can be able to display now the information. For example, this one here, we can just show parcel. So parcel dot from. So parcel dot from here. Also here is we are going to show the weight here. So let's do that. So we have parcel here, parcel dot weight like that, and here also we can show the date. So let's do that. So here we have parcel dot weight, and then also the date, sorry. So this one is date, and here we are going to show the sender. So let me come here, and here we are having parcel dot sender name like that. And here also we are going to show to which destination. So this means that we have parcel, so parcel dot to, like that. So if I do this and then come back here, be able to see that it shows the it is able to show like the data that we have in our database. So here for the date, I'm not able to see like the date. I think this one, these two here doesn't have we don't have the date. So yeah, you can see these two doesn't have date, but it's okay. You can add the date in which ones that you like. So then the other thing that I want to do is to make sure that I display here several things. So let's do that. So inside here, what I can do is that I can make sure that I use different styling. So let me do that. So if I, for example, remove this, so inside here I can be able to just say if a parcel here, parcel, and then dot status, if status is equals to 1, that means that that is pending. Then we are going to use, then here we are going to use different styling. So I'm going to just add that styling here. So let me just this one won't be, you're not going to use green. Here we are going to use like a dark color. So this one will be just 555 like that, and else that means it will be delivered. And then let me just come here, and then after that I can be able to add now the other styling like that. So as simple as that. So now that will show us like it is let me just also remove this, and inside here, if parcel is equals to, so here if parcel dot status is equals to 1, that means we are going to show here our parcel is pending, so pending. But if it's not 1, then that means it's delivered, so it's delivered like that. You can check for me the what you are calling like the logic, and see if it is correct, and also you can change the logic to be correct. So if I save this, so let me come back here and see where we are getting the error. So see where the error is, and it's because we have not used like this dispatch here. So if I come back here, you'll be able to see that they are delivered, and that's because they have a status that is not 1. So if I come here, you'll be able to see the status is 3, and also here the status is 3. So that means all of them are delivered. But if you change like the status to be 1, that means they won't be delivered. So here I want to use this here on logout. So I'm going to add on click here. And what I'm going to do here is I want to log out. So I'm going to add on click here, and I'm going to create a function here called logout, and this one will do the functionality for logging out. So let me just come up here, and let me just create that function here. So const, and then here I'm going to create a function. So this function here, we are going to make sure that we can be able to log out using this function. So what to do here is I'm going to say dispatch like that, and then here I'm going to log out like that. So I'm going to import the function here from Redux. So Redux, user Redux, that is. And then after that, now this one will be able to also navigate us. So I'm going to use navigate. So let me just see if I can be able to use navigate. So navigate from React Router DOM like that. And then this one, we are going to, actually what we can do is that here, sorry, we can be able to use navigate in a different way. So let me show you how you can be able to use navigate. So for navigate here, we are going to use here, rather than navigate here, we are going to use navigate like that, and then here we are going to add here const, and then navigate here. We are going to now accept use navigate like that. And then now inside here, now we are going to use navigate now, navigate, and then using that navigate, we are going to navigate to login like that, as simple as that. So if I do that now, we are going to try and test our application. So if I come back here and log out, you can be able to see that we have gone back to login here, and I don't know what the problem is this button here, login, but you can correct it. So let me just come back here, and let me see. So if I just use I'm going to log in here, and I use this email, this my email here. But before that, I remembered something. So if you have not logged in and try and to access something like, let's say, something like parcel 123 here, yeah, you can see that you are able to access that, but we don't want that. So to prevent that, I'm going to show you something. So let's show you some. So to do that, to prevent the pages that you don't want to navigate to when you have not logged in, what you can do is that you need to come here to app.jsx, and inside here, what you can do is that you can be able to, first of all, I need to make sure that I use this use selector here. So let me copy this. Yeah, because I want to get the user and make sure that we are checking for user before we navigate to a different page. So I'm going to remove this because we only need use selector here. So, and then let me come here to login also and make sure that I use this here for the user. So I'm going to copy like that. Also, I'm going to paste it inside here in our function so we can use it. So here it is very simple. For example, when you can be able to see the home page and login page here, but when you have not logged in, but we don't want you to be able to access these my parcels here. So what we are going to do is that we are going to make sure that also you can just remove that. And first of all, we need, before we show you this element or the page, we need to check for user.current user, and if there is an user, if there is user, then we can be able to show, we can be able now to show that a page. But if we don't have, then you need to be navigated back. So we are going to use navigate. So from React Router DOM, so this one, so let me auto import it. So we need to auto import it here. So navigate like that, and then we can be navigated to, let's come here to, so you need to be navigated back to login. So login, like that, as simple as that. So let's also make sure that we do the same for the other pages. So if I copy this now, because this is simple and I want to save some time, so if I do that and then come back here, we are going to make sure that this one is now the parcels page. So parcels page, like that. And also for this one here, actually this one it is sorry, this one is parcels. Actually this is parcel, not parcels. So and then this one is for parcels. So I'm going to just make sure that I add here parcel. So like that. So you can see how simple it is. So you need to first of all check if we have user logged in. So if I come back here now and try to go to that page, so for example the parcels here, this page here, cannot be able to see it. You can see you are being redirected back to login. So until you log in, that's when you can be able to show, or we are going to be able to see that page. So I'm going to copy this here and I'm going to paste it here. Again, I want to log in again. So also here for this one here. So let me copy that and I'm going to use it here, like that. And then when I log in now, I can be able to log in now, and then now I can be able to access that page right here. If I come here and go to parcel, like that, and go to this here, you can be able to see now, we can be able to see that page. So what I want is to make sure that when you click here, you go to that, you can be able to go to that page, and then we are going to show the information in that page of a detailed parcel. So let me come back to my parcels here, and I want to wrap everything. So here, from here and up to here, I want to make sure that I use the link here from now React Router DOM. So link. So let me just use a link from React Router DOM. So I'm going to use it. Let me see if I have already imported it. Yes. So here I want to make sure that I add now here. So I'm going to have here. So let me now use backtick here, and I want to go to parcel, and here I want to just make sure that I go to also use the parcel or parcel dot underscore ID, so that I go to that page. So here you can see, actually it's not here. Don't know why I've done it here. So let me just remove everything here. It should not be here, it is here. Sorry for that. So I want to remove this here, all of this until here, like that, and then we are going to wrap this now. So let me wrap this in a link, like that. So let me make sure that now I can be able to add everything here, so that we wrap up everything here. So I need to remove, actually need to remove this key index here, key prop here, and then I'm going to add it here. So key, and then here this is index, and then here this is where we are going to have or to navigate to. Now let me use these curly braces and backtick. Here we are going to go to parcel, and then the ID of that parcel, which is parcel, which is let me use interpolation. So parcel, and then that underscore ID, like that. And then now we are going to go to that route. So if I save this and then try and go to that page, you can see now we are going to be able to go to this page. But if you check here also, you can see the ID of that. You can be able to pass the ID here on our route. So let's go to this page where we have detailed information about that parcel. So it is right here, and inside here we need to use something like use location to get the ID. First thing that I need to do is to get now the ID. So to get the ID, I'm going to use location, use location. So here is use location, and then this one is from React Router DOM, like that. And then now I'm going to, you can see we have imported it up there. And then the other thing that I'm going to do to get now the ID, so I'm going to have the parcel ID here. So this one I'm going to get it from now location, and then we are going to have the path name, and then we are going to split that path name like that with using our forward slash, and then we are going to get the second element there. And then using now this ID, we can be able to fetch our data. So to do that, I'm going to use UseEffect here, and then remember UseEffect has a two argument, which are this function and then dependency. So we have dependency here, dependency we can use parcel ID. So when the parcel ID now UseEffect hook here will be recalled. So here we can have a function, so get parcel function, this one here. So let's add it here like that, and then we are going to call it here down, also get parcel function like that. Here this one will be async, and then inside here now we can be able to try catch. So try and then catch inside here. We can use const response, and then here we can use await, and then public request. So public request here, you can be able to import it like that, and then this one will be get, and then this one we are going to access the route, or we are going to send the route to these parcels, and then find like that. And then here we can add now, we can add the parcel, let me have parcel ID like that. So we can be able to fetch now that parcel using that. But also we need to have here, we need to have a state that will hold our parcel. So here this one will be parcel, and then set parcel like that. So this one will be use state, like here you can be able to import it like that, and then here we can be able to add this one will be variable like that, or will just be an object, sorry. So here I can be able to use set parcel, so set parcel here, and then here we can have res.data like that, and then here we can console log, and just console.log, and then you can be able to show the error here like that. And then the other thing that you need to do now, we can be able to display that information here. So from here we can be able to show from here, so the parcel dot from, also for the weight here. So we need to have a parcel dot to, or dot weight, sorry, dot weight. We are going to have the date here. So parcel, let me just come here, parcel dot date, and also for the name here of the sender, this one will be parcel. So parcel dot sender name, also the other thing that we need to do here is to have parcel, and then to, also the other thing here is the cost. So here we can have parcel dot to dot cost, and also here we can have the recipient name. So this one will be parcel dot recipient name like that. Also the ID here, the track ID will be here, will be parcel dot underscore ID. This one will be dot underscore ID like that. And then here we are going to show the note. So this one will be parcel dot note like that. And then I think down here now we can be able to show the status that I used in the previous here. So let me copy this. So I'm going to copy everything inside here, and I'm going to paste it here because it's the same thing. So let me paste it here like that, and then that is okay now. So if I save this and go back, be able to see that you cannot be able to get the information here. I don't know why. So that means that, let me just come up here. Don't know why we are not able to get that information. So this one is from the parcels, and then find. So I don't know why we cannot be able to get. Actually, I know why, because we have not added forward slash here. So let's add forward slash here like that, and then if I save this and come back, we'll be able to see now the information here, can be able to fetch it. And also I want to change here several things. For example, for the sender email here, so let me just come here, and I'm going to have sender dot let me say sender email like that. So sorry, this one will be parcel, sorry. So parcel dot that, and then here we are going to have a parcel. So we are going to have a parcel dot recipient email like that. So that is very simple. So if I come back here, you can be able to see even the information here. So I think I have only one page that I have been left with to show all the parcels down here. So this will be very simple, and you can go ahead and pause this video and do it yourself. And because this will be a very simple task because of everything that I have shown you. And if you are not confident to do that, let's go and look it together. So I'm going to get here to the parcel. So here we are going to now make sure that we also use this, where we have like maybe the parcels, and then we are going to copy some things here and change other things. So here I'm going to copy this like this state. So let me copy this and then paste it here like that. And then here we can be able to make sure that we import several things here. So import this one, use it. And then the other thing is that we can be able to use UseEffect. So let me come here and use UseEffect here. So if I do that, so maybe because this will be almost the similar thing, so let me copy that and paste here. I need to import UseEffect, so let me do that. So UseEffect, you can be able to import it like that. Also we need to get our user, so let me just come back here, and we are going to use Selector here. So Selector, copy that code here, and then also make sure that we paste it here right there. So use selector there, and I think now we can be able to use it, or to get the user using this line of code here. So let me copy that and add it here. So as simple as that. And also we are going to remove this use dispatch because I'm not going to use dispatch there. So you have this, we need also to just import this public request like that. And then the other thing that we need here, I think we have everything that we need here. So we have our parcels here. So what we are going to do is that we are going to just remove these rows here. So because we are not going to need it again, because we are fetching our data now from our database. So remove this, and inside here we are going to now get the parcels. So parcels, so we are going to use parcels like that. And remember, the other thing that you need to do for when you are using data grid is that you need to get row ID. So you need to get row ID like that, and then here we are going to have the row, and then we are going to return row dot underscore ID like that. So as simple as that. Let's see if it will work. and if I come back here, you'll be able to see that we have these two, and here we cannot be able to show the information, and this is very simple. This is because we need to change here. The name here should be the recipient name, actually not, yeah, there, you need to change that, and when you come back here, you can be able to see that those names there. The other thing is that here we need also to make sure that it is underscore id, not id, so that we can be able to show that id here. So you can see how simple it is. You can also be able to show this full name here, and to show it there, what you can do is that inside here, let me just show you. So here we have, let me show you, we have this name here, we have this name here. So what you can do here is you can be able to use user, because now we have user, and then current user, and then dot full name like that, and then that is okay now. So if I come back here, you'll be able to see that this one is James, and also for this part here, you can do that. So let's come here to my parcels, and where we have hard coded our name. So let's come here to where we have hard coded our name here. So what we can do is we can use user.current user like that, and then we are going to use full name like that. So as simple as that now. So if I come back here, you'll be able to see now this name. When you click here, you can be able to just go to my parcels. Also, you can go back, you can be able to see this information like that, as simple as that. So I think now my application is almost complete. So I have only one part that I want to address, and that is the part where you need to just make sure that you send the token, and I'm going to show you how to be able to send your token to the backend so that it can be verified by me. So what we do here, even before I do that, there's one of my subscriber who had already complained about this logo here not aligning with our sidebar. So we can do that very fast. So what you need to do here, you can come to this part where we have a navbar, and what you can do here is to change this and add it to maybe 20, padding to be 20 right there. And then when we come back, so that is it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to push the code as I promised. So I'm going to come here and maybe first of all make sure that I have branches. So my branch, so git branch here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to git and then commit here, and then make sure that I add, oh, let me first of all make sure that I add everything here like that, and then I'm going to commit. So let me commit here. So I think now here I can be able to say finished the project. So finish the project like that, and then yeah, I'm going to push now my code. So git push origin and then integration. So integration like that, and then I like that, and then I can be able to make sure that I push. So like that, and then that is over now. So we have pushed it like that. So if I come here to my GitHub, so this one, I'm going to see now that notification. So let me come here to repos, and then let me just maybe make sure that we have this repo here, and notification for pull request. So if I do that, you'll be able to see that we have compare and pull request here. I can be able to just compare and create a pull request. So if I do that, you'll be able to now merge. So it's checking for ability to merge, and then now I can merge pull request and confirm merge, and that is it. So the other video that I'm planning to release is a video on how to deploy full stack application, and also I want to show you, also I'm going to show you also how you can be able to use Linux, because Linux is very important when you are trying to deploy a full stack application, because you'll find that most virtual private servers or VPSs, and they use Linux, and then so that means that you need to know a little bit of Linux. It's not complicated, so I'm going to show you that in future videos. So thank you. If you have come this far, remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also like this video.